Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you could see from the title, is how I got into modeling. So it is a different way. It is not the usual way, and I mean, why not just share my story? So let's get right into this story time. So I'm not gonna say anybody's name, any agency's name, because I don't want to because I just don't want to, let's say, like in the future videos I talk bad about them or say anything about them and then it just correlates to this video, and it just, no, I don't want to say any agency's name, anybody's name. So we're just going to keep it plain and simple and just tell my story and move on. So let's backtrack 2.5 years ago. Yeah, 2.5 years ago I had gone to this agency's open call. So if you don't know what an open call is, it's just where models go to an agency. That's where the agents are able to see if they want to sign the model. So I had gone to the agency's open call 2.5 years ago, and when I was leaving, they were like, "You're beautiful, you're perfect, you're amazing, you're everything we want, but your hips are too big." And I was heartbroken because I wanted to model, but I was still super young. So I mean, my pictures weren't the best, my body wasn't the best. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll move on, it's okay. When I was leaving, they're like, "You could try these 2 agencies though." And at first I was like, okay, that's rude. You can't be signed here, but you could go to these. And I was like, okay, whatever. So the agency, it was 2 different agencies. I only remember one, which is actually the one that I'm signed to right now, which is the funny part. But I had followed the one I'm with right now 2.5 years ago. Whenever they told me, I followed them. So I've been looking at them and everything. So a couple weeks after that, I had sent in my pictures to that agency, the one that I'm with right now, and I had gotten an email back saying, it was just an automatic email saying that my pictures never went through. And so at that point I was just like, oh, whatever. I was still in school, so I wasn't so focused on modeling, but I still wanted to do it. At that point I should have just called that agency or emailed them and been like, "Hey, I'm trying to send in my pictures, but it didn't go through." I don't know what I was thinking, whatever. So that happened. And a couple weeks after that, my cousin is actually a photographer for the agency I was with. So the first agency I was signed to, my cousin was their photographer. So I had just taken pictures with my cousin, some digitals, which you don't know what digitals are. They are just pictures of you. And it's just a way for agents or people to see your body. So it's usually in a bikini or a black tank top and black jeans. But my body again wasn't the best. Those pictures were horrendous. And I mean horrendous. They were terrible. But he had shown them to my old booking agent. Yeah, my old booking agent, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, we want to sign her. We want her at this agency." And at first I was like, "Oh my goodness, me?" And then I was like, okay, whatever. It was an idea. So I had started following them on Instagram. Then my agent, or my old agent, that was running the account, had DM'd me, and he didn't know that my old booking agent already saw my pictures and stuff. So he had DM'd me. He was like, "We want you in this agency. Can you come in, so we could talk?" And I was like, I was shook because I was like, wow, is this really happening? Am I really getting into modeling right now? So that happened, and I signed with them. I should have thought it through just a little bit because, I jumped right into it. I should have researched them a little. But I shouldn't have signed with them right on the spot, which is something I would recommend to people. If you're going and you're deciding on which agencies to look at, which agencies to get signed to, you should see what work they've done, what their models look like, what little things about them, because then you could see how they're going to work with you. So I should have done that, but I was so young. I was really wanting to model, so I was like, jump right into it. Let's do this. But yeah, it was 2 years ago that I signed with them. And so about a month ago, I ended the contract with them. But during that time, I was doing some photo shoots, some fashion shows. It was fun. It was a good first experience. I did Miami Swim Week, which is by far my favorite thing I have ever done. Oh my goodness, that was my favorite thing ever. I just felt like a freaking princess. So Miami Swim Week is a week and a half long. And the first couple of days are just straight back-to-back castings. And then after that, it's just back-to-back fashion shows or the convention center or just, you know, different Miami Swim Week events. And so I did the fashion shows. I just felt like a freaking princess. Oh my goodness. I was getting my hair and makeup done all the time. I mean, I got pimples and stuff because obviously, like, wearing your makeup from 8 o'clock in the morning to like 7 o'clock at night, even later, it gets old. Like, I was getting pimples, but it was completely worth it because I was just having so much fun. But that's besides the point. So then I ended the contract with them like a month ago. So remember the agency that they had told me a long time ago, 2.5 years ago, to try out. I had been following them again for like 2 years now, and I was always looking at their stuff, what work they were doing, and they were always giving their models stuff to do. So I was, you know, like, wow, okay, I want to be in this agency. So I emailed them and I DM'd them at the same time, just really to see who would answer first and where I could go from there. But when I had emailed them, 2 different people answered. The person that answered on emailed me back and was like, what's your height? Never answered again. Then the person on DM was like, oh, okay, email me. I was talking to him back and forth. He was like, all right, come in on Monday, bring your book, we'll see you, and all that stuff. So that was literally a couple days before I had gone in to see the agency. So that Monday I went in there, showed them my book, you know, they saw me, they were like, okay, we want to sign you. And I was super excited because obviously I've been following them for so long. They're always giving their models stuff to do. I was like, finally, I'm going to be able to do more modeling because my old agency wasn't really giving me anything to do. And it was tough because, you know, I wanted to model, I wanted to do stuff, and they weren't ever giving me anything. Except for Miami Swim Week. After that, it wasn't barely anything. So it was tough. So when they were like, we want to sign you, I was so excited. And they gave me a contract. They're like, read it through, bring it next Monday, and we'll go from there. So today is Monday. 3 weeks ago, I had signed with them. So I've been getting castings. I've gotten 3 castings, I think. No, like 4 castings now. 5. I don't remember how many castings I got, but a lot more than I was getting in my old agency. So I'm super excited now because, you know, I'm actually getting work now, and it's like different. Like, you know, I'm always doing something modeling wise, and I got my first job that I did on Friday, which was super fun. So you'll probably see those on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me. Everything's linked down below. And I don't know, it was just so much fun. I'm just having the time of my life because I'm able to do what I want to do, and I know my agency is going to give me stuff to do, and I'm not going to be sitting around for a month straight not having anything to do, which was tough because, you know, modeling of course does give you money. So with my old agency, they weren't giving me anything, so I had to get a job, and then it conflicted and it intervened with modeling, and it was tough because I wanted to model, but I needed the money, and I knew with my old agency I wasn't going to be able to get as much money as if I just got a job. So it was hard. So I ended it. I was like, this is not for me, and I signed with my new agency, and now I'm happier than ever because I'm getting, you know, castings. I just got a job, and you know, I finally am feeling that I am a model and that I'm getting work. So it's just super exciting. So yes, that is my story of how I got into modeling. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend, you know, going through that whole process. I just would recommend, you know, sending in your pictures. If they have an open call, for sure go. Have your book ready, have your pictures ready, all that stuff. So, you know, that is a little different way of how I got into modeling. Usually the regular way is going to the open call, or, you know, sending in your pictures through their online website, or maybe even DMing them, maybe showing up in person. I know some agencies don't want you to show up in person, but some agencies also have like an open call day where you can go in during a certain time on a certain day of the week so that they could check you out. But I would definitely, you know, look at those if you're interested in getting into modeling, to, you know, look at those days that they are having an open call, and also research that agency. Make sure that that agency is giving their models jobs, because like I said, with my old agency, I didn't really research them. I just jumped into it, and if I had researched and seen that they weren't giving their models that job, then, you know, I probably wouldn't have signed with them. But it was a good first experience. I don't regret ever signing with them, because it gave me that experience that I needed to sign with this agency, and that push to, you know, work harder on my body and, you know, do the things that I did, the castings, the fashion shows, the photo shoots, all that gave me the experience now that I have with my new agency. So I don't regret it at all. I don't regret or, you know, encourage anyone to regret their first agency or their, you know, first terrible job. So that is my story of how I got into modeling. I am thinking about doing another video of how you guys can get into modeling too, and just give you some tips and things that I've learned through my journey of different agencies and what you should do, what you should not do. So I'm also thinking about doing modeling Mondays, where every Monday or almost every Monday I will post a video about modeling. So either how to get into modeling, my modeling journeys, little things about modeling that you guys want to see. So make sure to comment down below, like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. So make sure to follow me on my social media, which is all listed down below, because again, that is where I do my behind the scenes, like I say in every single video, and where I usually pick my next videos. So make sure to do all that stuff, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Have a great day, guys.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you.